I set the probe tip less than a quarter of an inch away from the material that I want to scan. Go File, Digitize, Outline. I browse to where I want to save the file. Give the file name, click Save. I go to my scan increment, and I want this to be a 1/10 of an inch increment, and I want my scan feed rate to be about 25 inches per minute. In general, the slower you go on this, the more accurate the scan is. I'm scanning in X positive direction to start out with. In other words, it's going to move in this direction to start out with. It'll go all the way around. This is going to take quite a while. And I'm also scanning in Y negative direction to start out with. In other words, it's going to try to move in this direction on the first touch. So here goes. Click Run. Each time you hear it stop, it's taking a point. All the corners on this piece are cut off at a diagonal angle. So I'm hoping you get that. This will be saved as a DXF file. I will also scan this inside part and these holes, and in the end I'll combine those into one file. When I scan them though, I have to make each one its own individual file. as you notice, I've got my probe offset from my spindle. I was able to leave my tool in there. I could very easily have mounted that in my spindle. I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but it's doing arcs. When you're using this, make certain that this is well fixed so that it's not moving around any at all, because it will cause issues. Now it's finished the scan for this particular outline. Going to start this one right there with a file, digitize, outline. Now this is going to be an inside cut, so I'm going to say inside. Save. And on this one, I'm still going to go 1/10 of an inch, I believe, in 25 inches per minute. And I'm still going to do a start it on X positive and Y negative. So this one will go around in this direction. If you notice, the last one went around in this direction. This one will go around the internal side of this. So here goes. And that file is finished. So next thing I want to do is add one of the holes. I'll lower down into it and I'll pull up fairly close to it, to the edge, and outline scan, browse. This is what I would consider to be the lower left hole, so I'm just going to call it LL hole. On this one, I want to do an increment of 50 thousandths. I'm going to slow it down to 15 inches per minute. Still going to come in negative and positive X, negative Y, positive X, so it's going to go in a counterclockwise scan, the same as it did for this hole up here. Now click run. Now if you notice, it's making a different sound. It's actually moving 10 inches per minute slower. These smaller increments give me a truer outline for the hole. It also gives me just a little bit more accuracy. And that one's finished. So I pick up the next hole, lower down into it, pull up fairly close to the front. And since there is no Z on this, I'm just trying to get fairly close to the same level. And this would be the lower right hole. Okay, I want to do the same 50 thousandths increment. I want to do the same 15 inches per minute, and I'm still going to go counterclockwise on my scan. So that would be a positive X direction and a negative Y direction when I start. So I click run. And that one's finished. So I pick up, all the way to the back, 2 more holes, page down, move fairly close to the front. This is the upper right hole. Digitize, outline, upper right hole, same settings, run. And that hole is finished. So one more to go. Pick up. Go back just a little. Back over to where we can drop down in the hole. Move forward a little bit till we're within a quarter of an inch of the material. File, digitize, outline. Now this is the upper left. Save. Still the same settings. 50 thousandths, 15 inches per minute, 360 degree scan, X positive, Y negative, and click run. And that one's finished. Now all I have to do is combine all of them together, and I get a finished outline scan of this entire piece. And I'll show that on the video later.